Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of our Blackjack and Hookers Cities Skylines campaign. So we spent that whole last video with the game paused for the most part while we built out a new region. We got the Ore Corporation. Yes. Now they're probably going to need a fire department. Probably get away with a small one over here. We'll go ahead and put it over, say, here. And I wonder, what other services might we need? A busing route would be good to have over here. Transportation, we'll go with buses. I feel like having extra stops is like a good thing, usually. We'll do it this way. We'll have you kind of stop. It doesn't even seem to really matter like where the stops are, as long as there are a lot of them. That's what makes them happy. I think. I mean, I'm no expert, but, you know, I'm playing the game a bit, so. Alright, so stops along the outside are probably not going to be sufficient. Like, we'll need to actually... Let's just make it one big loop. One little bus route through here. Why is it not in the same spot as over there? It's really annoying. This is probably going to drive some people nuts because it's not symmetrical, but you know what? I can't please everyone, okay? I'm trying here. Oh, there is a bus that goes through there. And why don't we also go ahead and give it some metro? Just hook it up to the whole metro line, I think. We can tie in like over here. Well, actually, you know what? Let's build the metro station first. How many metro stops do you think we need here? Probably just the one. Like a metro stop. We'll put it so that it's on the corner of the street. Actually, we'll put it right in front of the bus stop. And then we can connect the metro line. The thing is that I don't even really think you need to make it a circle. I'm pretty sure it'll still just run. As long as we just, you know, have a stop there. We'll be able to turn around in there. So, let's see if we can grab, like... You know what, I really need to do a better job of keeping my lines organized. I feel like it's this double green one that I do want to grab a hold of and increase the line. So I think the way you do that is actually you go to routes, and then we grab it, modify the line, metro line, and not add a stop to it. I don't know how to do it. I can't remember. So I guess we're just gonna have to add a new route. We'll have a new line that goes from there to whatever, like one of the hubs. And then I guess, why not? We'll just have it go through each hub. Come back. And then, I guess, color it a little bit. That was the busing routes. Line color, I don't know, kind of a purplish color since it's related to ore, I guess. On the map, ore is represented with blue. Well, purple's good. I'm happy with purple. Got a purple route, got a green route, There's a bluish route over here as well. Well, it is what it is, you know? Almost all demand is for commercial now. The thing is, we can't get more people to move in until we actually get the other two demands taken care of. I'll be curious to see how well this runs. I'm also curious to see how well this intersection does. So it doesn't use the on-off ramp, which is... it's okay. I'm not sure if it's better, it's just I have this huge aversion to the on-off ramps now because I feel like they are crap. With the way that it takes 3 lanes into 1 lane and makes them like choose their lanes weird. You know, like this whole thing here could get backed up because everyone's trying to get into the right-hand lane or something. Whereas with this, they just come in and oh, I just take a left. All right, take a left. I just took a left in the furthest most outer lane. And it's not that much more expensive to have it like this. We'll see how well it runs. As long as there's not too much traffic backflow. They do these weird little zigzags here. Gotta compare the two of them right here and here. This one certainly is bigger, but not by that much. But like, let me ask you this. Is all this traffic because of its location to this and the main city units, or is it because this one's better? Hard to say which one's actually getting more traffic. And one thing I dislike about this though is this sharp right here is kind of, it's pretty steep. If they want to switch from going straight through it to, in both of these directions, if they want to like turn, they've got 2 sharp rights, which is pretty hard. Whereas with this one, it's still a sharp right, but it's a curve. Maybe I could make it more curvy. Whatever, they're getting through the intersection. What's important? Not enough workers. You need 15 educated workers, 5 well-educated workers. You have 4 highly educated workers. Apparently you can operate normally with not enough workers. Okay. Power and water treatment are good. Incinerators are operating perfectly fine. Landfills are basically empty. Healthcare is fantastic. Fire safety could be better. Looks like Crescent Park needs some work here. Not enough raw materials, so we're having some issues with delivering goods. I think I'm going to move you. And then we'll build another one on this end. Make sure that fire services are being taken care of pretty well over here. And there's still a little lack of coverage. It seems like the wood industry really needs a lot. We want that bright bluish color. It's kind of interesting how the wood industry has so many issues with fire. I guess there's just always going to be a fire hazard. Fireman efficiency and then the hazard. Yeah, I mean it's planks for life. It's, you know, it's a wood business. They're going to have issues with it, I guess. A few fewer fires would be nice. Alright, so not enough workers. Is that like just a population thing, I wonder? Alright, population 61,000, people employed 29,000, jobs 33,000, unemployment somehow at 8%, even though there are more jobs available than there are... Well, okay, it's not quite true, because 24% of our people are maybe too old to work or something. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of these businesses go bankrupt unless we can get some more people to come move into the town, get the population to grow a bit. So, let's give them what they want. They want some more commercial. One thing I haven't really played around with much is the taxation things, you know, like do tax relief. But okay. Where can we give them some commercial? Let's do some more offices. Can't really fit much else into these units, but we do need more offices. And the offices should be near the residential. But I don't want to evict anybody. Well, we could try to make these regions a little bit bigger. Like, I could always just add a road down this way. Not a highway, thank you. Thank you very much. Could do that, and then it's not pretty, but we can add some. Looking for office zones. Office zones are industrial. We actually want high-density commercial. Oh, and you know what? These are low-density commercial. What if we got rid of those? That might be part of the problem, is that a couple of these city units have low-density commercial. Now, one thing I was looking into as well is that there is a disparity between low-density residential and high-density residential in the type of people that it attracts. This one says that it attracts children with families. So one thing I want to try is maybe making like a small little residential area. Why don't we do this? We will extend the highway all the way to like here. And then we'll create a very simple little off route. Never tried an intersection like this before. This doubles as the off and on. I don't know, we'll see how well it runs. I am a glutton for symmetry, though, whenever possible. Now, one thing I'm going to try, this is definitely a little bit different. Get our power over. And water. I've had some fun with this already. If you do residential zoning, and you do it only one tile, then you get these tiny little houses. But the thing is that when you do, like... Okay, if I do it like this... Well, actually, maybe I'll just show you what it'll look like. Let's say we've got... Okay, so these are 1 by 1 tile, right? If we do 2 by 2... You can do 3 by 3... You can do 3 by 4, you can do 4 by 3. And then you can do 4x4. That's the biggest they'll take up. So let's wait and I'll show you. So notice how the Coleridge residence has 0 out of 1 houses. It's a 2x2 low-density residential section that's 1 house. This is a 1x1 one household thing. Notice the population. 4 people live here, 4 people live here. So we've got roughly 4 times the population density in this little tiny house as this one. Now the thing is that anytime you've got a 2x2, it's pretty much going to stay 1 household. But as soon as you get up to this 2x3, or actually this is 3x3, now we're looking at 2 out of 2 households. So two different families live here. Got a duplex. Then we go to the 3x4, and it's 2 out of 3. The 3x4 is actually 2 out of 2. And so what ends up happening is, as these level up, they sometimes will get a bonus household. And it's especially relevant or obvious with the high density stuff. Like, this is a 4x4 high density residential. You can see the grid right there, right? 4x4. So you would expect at most 16 households, but you end up getting a bonus of 8. Actually, in this case, it's 10 extra households because it's high density and it's all the way to max level. So this is like the 4x4 is the most efficient, but it's not really that much better, especially in the beginning, as the 1x1. Because the 1x1 can, I think, get actually up to 2 households, and then you've got, if you could somehow get 4x4 area with tiny little houses, you'd end up with like 32 people. But anyway, you can force them to make little tiny houses by doing stuff like this. If we go with a 1x1 road now. And then you have to wait until they've already built the houses. Now we can go like that. We can go like that. And again, the only thing that they can build, because it's all like, it's the only thing that'll fit, is more 1x1 houses. It's a little bit micro heavy. But if you want to have just a little whole region of little tiny little houses, you can. And actually, I think there might be like a policy or something you can do. High-rise ban. Restricts buildings from being upgraded to the highest levels. I don't know why you'd want to do that, actually. We got quite a few little people moving in over here. This thing's pretty big all of a sudden. Give him another little high density one over here. We'll just kind of let them build whatever they want, but... that's the main thing that they want right now, is more commercial. Assuming the water extends to these regions that I'm building in, right? Yeah. So, my point in mentioning this is that, well, I guess let me just show you. Let me just show you what I had done. We're going to save the game real quick. And then we will load... well, that's weird. I broke it. I pressed escape a few times when it didn't expect it, and now it's stuck in this blurred out mode. Cool. Well, just a second. Screen's gonna go black. Hit Alt F4. Don't worry, it's coming back. Relax. I did not realize I could crash the game that way. Alright, so let me show you the map that I was looking at. I think it was, yeah, Manathiran. There's just like an interesting little observation that I made that made me think that maybe sometimes it might make sense to make the tiny little houses. And it's related to population density. So I made the cozy district. Oh, that's not what I was looking at. It's over here. So I made all these little districts, right? And if you look at the districts, I made them all the exact same size. As far as like, they're like, it's a 10 tile by 20 tile block. And I was looking at the different populations. So if we look at the district map mode, and we look at the population, there's 233 people living here. This is just a regular district, you know, just zoned, just blah. And then this one, Birch Square, population 190, is actually less than the 237. I think that Birch Square was also just the same thing. But I'm not sure if that's actually just related to age or what, but it was different. Cherry Hills, 164, actually got less. This one I did like a crazy, I was just trying to learn how to make the tiny little houses. But then this one was where I was like trying to actually maximize the population. And this is what's interesting to me, is if you look at it, Cooper Park has 362 people here. That's more than either of these. By a lot. We're talking like 50% more population for the same amount of actual ground space. Now, I don't know that this is actually going to be more efficient than like high density residential or anything, but this is kind of cool. That's a lot of population for a very small region. Why would you want a lot of population for a very small region? Services. It makes it easier to use services, I think, because the services are an AoE, right? They have an effect around them based on distance they can travel on roads, and it's a lot easier to service lots of tiny houses. It's also easier for them, it's easier on congestion for like fire. Like if one of these little houses catches on fire, only one fire truck is dispatched, and they put the fire out in like no time at all. So I don't know. It's just an interesting observation that I saw. So yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, I'm gonna take a break here. It's been about that long, and let me know what your thoughts are. You know, another observation I had made was that it doesn't matter what kind of things you use. I had started realizing you can just put down 3 playgrounds, and they are totally happy. Playgrounds next to industrial? Sure. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And in just a moment, we will see from a leisure standpoint that this is all that they need. Assuming they have power. Apparently they need power. Yep, now that they're getting power. Notice how that's it. They have an AoE, and that's all you have to do is just give them playgrounds. Everyone likes a playground. Everyone likes swing sets. So, all right, cool. Well, I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon. Oh wait. There's a tiny little fire. Look at this, tiny little fire. 1 fire truck. Zoop zoop. Done. Way less congestion. Fewer vehicles on the road. I don't know. It's just something to consider. All right. See you again soon.